because there's got to be the obligatory Halloween episode. I was gonna say someone's having a full-blown conversation over there, or is it the ghosts? Did you get your audio stuff fixed?
I don't know what was talking, but apparently my TV, though, it was on pause and everything, but all of a sudden just started talking. Weird.
Apparently it was haunted. So here you guys are out of your vault for the first time. Every little thing is amazing as you're walking around. Your mutant friend, he is very happy. Toast Mackenzie is very happy and willing to tell you about everything. He is explaining to you the smallest little things you guys find. And then you see like small little plant that eats a little bug and then spits the bug out, and then a big rad roach, which is a giant, like 8-foot wide roach, jumps up and bites down on a bug, and you realize that this world of Fallout sucks. You want to go back to your vault, but you can't go back to your vault until you get a new fusion core. So you guys have spent a few days because Toaster McKenzie told you he knows exactly where your map leads to. He knows it. He's 110% sure. And he actually rolled well enough to be truthful about that. You guys have been heading a few days in that general direction. And he keeps telling you it's not far. It's just over yonder. And he's been saying that for days. Yonder for a mutant is apparently a interesting measure of space, seeing as you guys have never walked more than a quarter mile in one direction without having to stop and turn around. And as the midday is getting darker for some reason, you got, Toaster McKenzie tells you guys it's fine as you see these weird purple black clouds roll in with some pink lightning shooting in it. As the weather seems very bad, and he realizes, he goes, friends, me find you shelter. And he goes running off to go find shelter, leaving you guys kind of standing out in the open going, what the hell? As you look, and there's some hills to the right and some hills to the left. And he doesn't seem to come back in the next hour, as all of a sudden the clouds come rolling in, and you start to, have the pitter-patter of water falling from the sky. You've heard of what rain was like, but this is the first time you've ever seen rain happen.
Fun.
It is beautiful.
The interesting part is like the first 3 drops that hit the ground hit with a hiss and a little smoke cloud coming up.
Oh. That's intriguing. Our water didn't do this in the vault.
I'm studying the patterns that drops form on the ground.
It seems very random. Here you were thinking like every hollow vid you've ever seen, rain is like predictable because it's really hoses off screen being sprayed on people. But this seems like totally random.
Oh, amazing. Nobody told me this before.
And everybody
not all
give
like
me
my studying survival.
Give me a coordination check. Unless you want to just stand there and let the rain on you, that's fine.
Coordination check.
Yeah. Coordination under skills.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. Is there any difficulty applied to this?
It's an average difficulty, 2 purple. I got the pool ready for you.
You're all set?
Yep.
All right.
Beautiful. Look at that. As not completely beautiful. Somebody didn't make a success there.
No.
So as you're standing there, Seth, you kind of like look up at the cloud, and a single raindrop like hits your cheek and immediately goes tss, and you suffer 1 wound.
Not my pretty face.
As
Uh-oh.
this acid rain hits you, and you realize rain is not like the TV shows. They lied. Because the TV shows showed people kissing in the rain, and now this rain, it burns, and you have just like this slight red mark on your cheek from the
Yeah, we need to
Ouch.
get.
caustic rain.
Hey, this stuff burns. We need to get under cover. This ain't no good. So look around for cover.
Each of you guys give me a perception check, as there's cracks of lightning, and things are sounding worse.
Where you got the pool set up.
I got the pool set up.
All right.
Ooh. We have at least one success. We have 2 successes. Oh my god, we've got a triumph. Also, obviously, the acidic burn is motivating you to find shelter. As each of you guys with your successes clearly see now that the cloud cover has rolled in and things have darkened, midday now looks like 9 o'clock at night dark. You look off to the hills to the left, and you see lights in the hill. Steady, constant, at least 3 or 4 points of light all at once. Looks like one structure that's lit up with multiple windows.
Oh,
And then
That
maybe
way,
it's
talking.
maybe it's a vault.
I don't know.
Let's go
Or
there.
one of these surface type houses or something. Yeah, start heading towards it.
And what would Seth like for that big damn triumph? And that one strain he's suffering.
Right, but not as
There's a umbrella on the ground.
At that very moment, blowing on the storm along with some tumbleweeds, is this big, blossomy beach umbrella that's enough for the 3 of you to hide under. It's
Oh,
got like one spindly section that's ripped off, that's sticking out, so it's of course all destroyed and tattered, but it's enough that the 3 of you can hide under safely and run to the lights.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys are doing?
Sure. We
Mhm.
got another
sure.
um,
I,
triumph.
I, I also try to grab it, not to lose.
Okay, yeah, with Seth's triumph, we totally get the umbrella. The question is, as in the distance you hear hounds bellowing. So,
Incoming communications, Captain.
so for Parjat, what is the triumph going to be for you before I tell you about the distressing 3 threat you rolled?
Oh, must confess I have no idea right now.
So for one triumph, something really cool happens. Like for David's triumph, he got the umbrella that you guys are hiding under, so the acid rain is not hurting you further. What would you like for the triumph? I mean, it could be something cool as you found a shortcut and you got to the lit up place really quick with no other events. You know, you heard some weird animals baying in the storm. Obviously, they were probably hit by the caustic rain as well, so they're not feeling too good.
Yeah,
Think of something good
perhaps.
that you want to happen to.
Okay, let it be smooth going.
Okay, so basically you've got the terrain is at your advantage. You see there's some rocks that jut up. So you guys get to cover, and whatever that was baying off in the distance is not able to catch you, even though you hear them following you. For the 3 threat, I'm going to say something is in the storm following you. We'll never know till the very end if it was actually your missing friend that was following you and you thought was some scary monster in the distance, like the road. It was actually the good people following you the whole time. What a twist. You guys basically make your way towards the lights, and as you get closer, the lights get clear, and it's obviously a structure of some kind. It's a very large structure with actual operating lights. Some of the lights are flickering, almost like torches, but the main lights you're seeing here in this big 3 to 4 story structure, it looks like it's made of hardened concrete. You know, this thing looks like it was made to survive the apocalypse, because it conveniently survived the apocalypse. It's got a large 10-foot stone fence all the way around the building as you're getting closer. It's very castle-like to your looks. And there's a sign that says something about Happy Hills. And with your successes on perception when you get there, you look and it says Happy Hills something 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 that's been destroyed on the sign. And someone wrote graffiti over the happy part and said Haunted Hills. An ominous writing that when one lightning crack thunders, the pink light it flashes out shows you someone graffitied haunted over the Happy Hills words.
Great.
Joy.
Well, look, it's shelter and they got power. They must be doing well here. Let's go.
And there's a big door here with a little call box on it. And the call box, you can see someone has once upon a time smashed it, pulled the wires out, and, you know, basically must have tried to jury rig it open. If we had anyone good with mechanics or computers, they might be able to do something with that. But the doors do seem sturdy and secure, so you could, in fact, believe that this is a safe place to take shelter. As you hear the baying of whatever it is out in the darkness behind you guys, at least a good half hour behind you, thanks to someone's head start with that triumph. Whatever is out in the darkness baying will totally be left in the dust if you come inside.
I'm going to try the computer set to open up the door.
Okay, does anyone have a light source, or is he going to be doing this in the thunderous dark? I.e., am I throwing some black dice against you?
I have a flashlight.
Yay.
Okay, that's nice, because instead of 3 black dice, it's 1 black dice because you're in the rain playing with electronics. What's the worst that happens?
Yeah,
and
don't
forget,
low voltage.
You do have story points if you want to make the roll easier for you.
It's low voltage.
How many story points do we have?
3.
You have 1 for each player, and I have 1 for all the lonely stuff.
But it comes back and forth.
I'm just asking because my display says 0.
Sync pool with GM on the left.
Oh, okay. One moment.
It should say 3 players.
There we go. Okay.
Yep.
There we go. Got it.
Just blacked out there.
Yeah, I will use the story point.
Okay, so go ahead and click use story point, and I will put your upgrade in there for you. Your pool is ready. As your buddy's got his flashlight out, and he's like, "Let's hurry before this shit kills us." As you're hearing little acidic tss, tss, every time the drip comes through the umbrella, and you are ready.
Oh joy!
Okay, beautiful.
Enough.
Anything special you'd like for that advantage? I mean, I love the suggestion they're getting. If you want that.
Here. Let's make the display more warm Oh shoot! Are you there?
Mhm.
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, sorry, my headset is starting to run out of power.
No, no.
But yeah, let's, as the doors open, a nice, kind, motherly voice says, "Welcome home, citizens."
As you do that, and it says, "Welcome home, citizens. Welcome to Happy Hills Sanitarium." And the doors open up for you. And then the Happy Hills sign out there that you saw that someone put Haunted Hills starts to light up, and Happy Hills is in this beautiful blue lettering. And Sanitarium kind of tries to light up on the display, but someone smashed it. Immaculately maintained, but the trees and the bushes seem to be a little on the overgrown side. Whoever is maintaining this place is a great handyman, but a horrible landscaper. And the lighted
Huh.
path lights up all the way to the double doors here. They're beautiful doors. You see some damage was repaired once upon a time. Somebody with some good skills has repaired the doors and kind of reinforced them with some metal welded over them. And the windows, as you look up, someone give me a perception check.
I can do that. I probably have the best one in the party. Whoops, if I can get to the right tab here.
Don't roll
Yeah,
yet.
because I have 2 yellow, 2 green. I'm assuming that's better than the rest. All right, let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead and roll when you're ready. You clearly see as you take another threat from a little droplet of water that almost hit you. The windows have cracks in them, but they seem to be made of like some kind of super durable material. They're not like window glass. They're more like bank teller bulletproof glass.
Huh.
And you see there's like the occasional stress crack in the glass or the occasional what could be a bullet hole or could be something very sharp and pointy hitting the glass. And there's bits of damage that have been replaced expertly well on the outside of this building. So it has definitely taken some damage over the years, but someone has been rebuilding it expertly.
Oh, it looks like it's well kept. Let's go. Let's go forward.
Okay,
Anybody here?
you walk
I
up to
don't
the
notice anybody then. No.
you see some occasional movements, but nothing that you can make out. Thanks to that little thread.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys walk up to the doors, immediately you all get a momentary startle as you're huddling under that umbrella and the rain's coming down. And all of a sudden, as you were getting ready to reach for the door handle next to you, pops into existence a hologram. Because you guys are intelligent, you know what holograms are. And there's this beautiful red haired nurse in her little white nurse's uniform with a big red cross on her apron as she says, "Welcome," and it's the same voice that was on the intercom. "Welcome to the Happy Hills Sanitarium. Are you here to drop off, to meet a friend, or to take someone home for their final time from recovery of the days that we have experienced?" And it kind of glitches in and out for a second there, getting kind of spooky.
Hmm.
We're visiting.
Visitors, excellent. We will arrange for you to have visitor passes at the foyer. Would you like me to call the physician on call?
Oh, there's a doctor here? Sure.
Oh, of course. Our current doctor in residence is Dr. Hugo. He is an excellent physician. He can assist you in any of your medical needs.
Dr. Bones, you have a companion, a coworker to talk to.
As you know, she immediately gestures a hand towards the door, and you hear the double doors that gets that classic security buzzer. And you hear the click click that it's okay to open the doors.
All right. You guys coming?
I'm pushing the door open
And as you
pulling.
push in the door and step inside, the dark and stormy weather outside abruptly stops as soon as the doors close. There's an instant sound stop, so obviously these walls must be super strong and thick because it's stopping the sound of a storm outside. Even though you do
Nice.
see the occasional flicker in the windows. And as you step in, the hologram transfers inside the entranceway for you. As the nurse looks, as you guys come on into here, as she gets behind the counter, and she says, "May I please have your personal information for your visitor badges? If needed, you can put any wet garments due to the current atmospheric conditions over there." And she points, there's like a coat rack over in the corner over here.
Okay. I will step forward.
And there's the coat rack.
Dr. Bones McCoy, MD.
Doctor, oh, excellent. I think our physician will appreciate having another learned individual here to speak medical practice with. You will be most welcome. Is there any chance you would like an application to apply for work?
I would like a tour of the grounds, please.
Oh, excellent. We may have to have the caretaker help you out with that. And she like waves her hand like she's pretending to be typing, and a little lanyard gets dropped from the ceiling by a little hook, and a little laminated card prints out of the desk in front of her and just comes straight out of a little slot you barely even noticed was there. And he says, "Please take the lanyard and put the visitor's badge on. It'll identify you as a visitor, so that way we know that you shouldn't be left alone with too many of the patients."
Okay. So I'm going to take the lanyard and I'm going to try to put it on myself, but the shape of my Imperial probe-droid body is not suitable for the lanyard. So it just kind of falls on the floor.
Oh, do one of your colleagues help put it on you?
I'll figure out some way to attach it.
You find a dangly bit on him to stick it on. And then she looks at the other two of you. It's like, "May I please have your information? Visitors must always wear their visitor's badges at all times. We wouldn't want you to be mistaken for a patient."
No. So yeah, come up, Seth Fry.
Seth Fry, as she starts to type, and as soon as she does, she goes, "Fry, Fry, 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 Fry," and you see this hologram just loop the first half second of your last name a couple times, and then, welcome here, Seth Fry," and the ID badge zips up out of the desk, and the lanyard gets dropped down the little hook that comes down the ceiling.
All right. Grab it, put it on.
My name is Parijat.
Is that a first name or a last name, Parajat?
Oh, Parijat Zabroga
Ah, excellent.
with X.
And she basically starts to type it, and immediately your ID badge flashes out too. She says, "So, if you would like to wait there, I will summon the doctor to come assist you, or would you like the caretaker to help escort you across the grounds?"
I look at others.
Doctor?
Sorry, I missed that. Sorry, my headset cut out. What was that again?
Or maybe the creepy nurse cut out. As she repeats and says, "So, doctor, if you would please, take a seat on the chair across the room here." And she gestures over here. There's a nice, recliner. "I can summon the doctor, or I can summon the caretaker if you'd like to be given a tour of the grounds."
I take a look at the chair. I take a look at my people and say, Captain, it would be best advised to survey the territory and identify any potential threats.
Yeah, a good look at your this place would be very wonderful. Never been here.
Mm-hmm.
As the
So what
hologram's just
surprised
got
me?
a head tilted listening to your
Yeah,
conversation. You see her flicker in and out a couple times.
We would like to take the tour.
yeah, tour would be great. Yeah, check the place out.
Excellent. I will summon the caretaker. He should be along shortly. If there's anything you need, please hit this button here. And she waves her hand over the counter, and a ring for service kind of bell comes up. And she kind of glitches out. She's, you feel that she has left your presence.
Mm. Okay.
How
You guys see this door is very secure. Almost as thick as the door you came in.
Hmm.
And it does have
what
a
is
key code reader and a display, sort of like the call box out at the gate. But this one is in pristine condition.
Interesting.
One moment. I need to fix my audio. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Then I will take a quick moment to mute and eat. Nom 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 nom.
Ah.
As you guys are patiently sitting there in the waiting room.
yeah.
As I finished eating my food, and a super creepy video starts on one of the TV screens in the room showing, "Welcome to Happy Hills Sanitarium. Please come here for all of your post-war needs." And it shows a bunch of physical therapy and psychological assistance for war vets in the Great War.
Huh.
We have the most
That's
capable
good.
abilities, including physical therapy. And it shows a Mr. Handy giving somebody physical therapy. The injured vet thumbs up the camera, and so does the Mr. Handy.
Hey, these Mr. Handys are everywhere.
So is everybody back?
And I'm looking. Oh, Mr. Handy is already employed. As soon as we came.
You had a job before coming to the vault.
He was working as a physical therapist to get his way through doctor school. It ain't easy for a droid to get that degree and get those student loans paid off.
Yeah. see. He's still in the channel, so.
Yeah, he's in the channel, but he's got to probably argue with his audio to reconnect.
Yeah.
Because we all know how plug and play works. If you unplug in the middle, it don't want to play.
No, it's a misnomer. The real name is Plug and Pray.
That's a good one.
Are we playing music? What?
We are. We're playing music in the Roll20 lobby.
Is there? No, I'm not hearing it, but.
You may have to turn on Roll20's audio. Depending on which service you're using, if there's a speaker button at the top of your Roll20, you may have to click it to on to hear the music. It's creepy organ music. Obviously, it's been piped through Haunted Hills. A spooky Halloween episode. As the spooky nurse ghost has taken your audio.
Yeah. He stole the Doc's audio.
Sorry, Doc, your audio was hijacked and possessed. It just helps symbolize how long you guys are sitting there with no response. Because, I mean, who knows what the handyman's off doing?
Exactly.
But on the plus side, you're inside, you're sheltered. The little windows that are on the door, they're super teeny tiny and above a person's head. It's more like those, those second set of windows they would have in the old-timey buildings that you would open to let the heat out up high. You see the pink and purple thunder and lightning going on out there, and you're just like, at least we're sitting indoors.
Oh, definitely. Especially that crazy rain. What the hell? I mean, talk about exfoliation, but damn.
Now y'all are wondering, that's why everything is so ugly in the wasteland. It gets acid bathed.
I'm looking at my dress. Has the acid eaten any holes in it?
Thankfully, you managed to avoid getting any acid burns on you and your dress, so it is untouched.
Cool. But what about that point of damage? Where did it come from?
Well, it wasn't you that took the damage. It was David's character.
Yeah, I'm the only one that.
All of you managed to make your coordination check to avoid it. He was the one who looked right up in the classic, looking up at the cloud and the raindrop. The camera followed the raindrop down and went right to his cheek and expertly putting it out there for anyone watching the movie to know that the acid is in the rain.
Like that's how.
Your big mutant friend is
acid in the rain.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the song "My Fair Lady of the Rain in the Plains" or something.
Singing in the rain.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't have audio and I usually do.
Maybe refresh.
That's all right.
I know at one point
I
I
did.
had to get the audio to come back.
Yeah,
because Roll20.
did, but
it's Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Is he still lost?
Apparently.
I never I never rely on on microphones that require being fed
Wireless.
some current on on events like this.
Yeah, see, I made sure to
I,
put my wireless on the charger overnight just in case.
I have purchased specifically the cheapest dynamic micro and primitive dynamic microphone, and it's working well.
There you go. Another good
Yeah.
fallback is always using the cell phone. Put in some
Eh,
earbud and use the cell phone.
I got nice headsets, so for cheap that work well, and they're wireless.
Yep, same here. I've got the headsets for work.
Can you guys hear me?
Which, yep, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can.
You have
Yeah.
Okay.
returned. As obviously you guys were in the waiting room so long that Dr. Bones kind of went into power saving mode just in case. Dr. Bones was having an electronic dream. He thought he was a sheep.
Such great electronic dreams. But yes, I am back now.
As you know, you kind of like Dr. Bones powers himself back up and he looks at his chrono and he realizes you guys have been here about a half hour. Is there anything you're doing or are you continuing to wait?
I'm
I am
looking
trying to
looking
figure out where
around.
all that organ music is coming from.
It's piped in the little speaker with the camera with the big glowing red light on it.
Because okay. I am adjusting my audio settings so I can hear everybody better.
And if it
Alrighty.
helps in real life, the organ music's coming from Roll20.
Yeah.
Aha. Okay.
And the sanitarium
Well,
is so
we're
haunted, not everyone can hear it.
yeah. So I suppose I would probably kind of be poking around, looking for anything of interest, laying around, unattended.
You totally see there's a little coffee table there with some magazines.
Yeah. I'll ruffle through the magazines. How cool.
I can gladly tell you, you see 3 magazines. One of them is. As I scroll up to my list of magazines here, we have. Those are chemicals.
Apocalypse Times.
We have the Massachusetts Surgical Journal. This issue specializes on scars are cool. And yes, it is one of the
Very
lootable
cool.
magazines if you happen to steal it. Scars Are Cool issue of Massachusetts Surgical Journal. There's also the
Nice.
DC Journal of Internal Medicine. It's actually a quite intense little medicine book. Actually does give someone a bonus to medical checks.
Nice. They're waiting room magazines. They're not.
And there's one
People
ratty
take them all the time.
magazine there called Tales of a Junktown Jerky Vendor. And it's called The Art, issue number 2, The Art of Haggling. And that one does stand out from the other 2. It seems very ratty, very dirty, and the other 2 are still in pristine condition.
Nice. All right. Well, I'll kind of grab those and bring them over with me. Like, hey, Doc, check these out. You might be interested in these 2 magazines.
Fascinating. And I will open up one of my internal compartments to store the magazines in for further study.
Okay. The big one is the DC Journal of Internal Medicine. That one, as you can see in the notes there, actually, if you read it, you will get a bonus on all medicine checks pretty soon after.
Nice.
But rules-wise, I didn't understand one thing. Rules say that you get bonus only once.
Correct.
So
That's for the Massachusetts Surgical and the Tales of the Jerky Vendor. You there? Did
so
we lose somebody?
Yep.
he reads it, then next time he uses his medical check, he gets a bonus, and that's it.
Uh-huh.
No more, no more benefits other times, right? So there is
Well,
no.
for the DC Journal of Internal Medicine, he can use that one multiple times if he chooses to.
Within
he's
the
got-
encounter.
Yeah, within the forthcoming
Yeah.
encounter.
Yeah.
Like
From
if
what
he read it,
from what I read in the rules, it follows that no, you get it only one time bonus. It was
Correct.
felt
Yes.
weird
Yep.
for me.
Yeah.
So it's like in the
that's
video
why I'm.
game when you find one, you get a +1 to your skill in the video game.
Yeah.
That's
why
where the
I'm
rule comes from.
storing it instead of using it.
So everybody's staying in the room. Nobody's trying to get to the next room.
well, like I said, we give it. I mean, if we're waiting for the doc for a 30-minute game time, then yeah, once doc's up and going, it's like, well, there doesn't seem to be anybody coming. I mean, you're a doctor. You should be able to guide us around, right? You have authority.
Certainly. And with that, I will proceed to the first door.
Okay, first door's got a card reader there. Does anybody want to whip their card out and slide it?
I'll do it.
You slide your card and immediately goes.
I'll slide it through again. Okay.
Is there any signage on the door or anything?
No, just shows that the typical little hospital scan box that you would scan your badge. Does somebody else want to try to scan their badge?
Sure. Here, let me try mine, Doc.
And just as you swipe your badge, the door goes click, and the door opens up as there's someone on the other side of the door as your badge goes. And this guy looks like he's a very disheveled human. He's got patches of hair missing, may have fallen out, whatnot. He looks in pretty decent physical shape for someone that probably lived out in this horrible place because he's got pock marks on his face, but they're well healed over. He's got some meat on his bones. He's of a healthy weight, and he's wearing some Levi's style coveralls and a little white coat that's got a zipper on it that says custodian. And he looks up at you guys and he's shocked as you see he's got his little lanyard on with this badge that says the caretaker is his name. And it's got a picture of him smiling in a worse situation than he is now. He basically had like one eye squinted shut and bashed in, and a scar down his side that you don't see anymore in his face. And that's the picture on his ID badge. As he looks up at you and says, Who you? Why are you here? And he's giving you the sus look.
I look to look to my compatriots. One of them's got to be the leader of the away team.
Well, we were just, nobody showed up to give us a tour, so we were just trying to find, our way around.
I'm the caretaker. I got the call to come show you around. Who are you? The nurse lets anybody in here. And he's like looks annoyed at the desk with no nurse there.
Like, hold up my badge. Hey, Seth, yeah, we're here for a tour. You got the prestigious Doc Bones here. He's, gonna take a look around.
Doc Bones, you say? He looks over and gives Doc Bones a look, very sus, up and down look. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I am the caretaker, and this is Happy Hills. And he gestures around, and you totally see the door. Now that the door's open, there's a very large common area. Most of the tables you see are pushed aside over to this wall, but it looks like a eating area that is pristinely clean. And immediately, the custodian kind of like barks an order as you see there's an old beat up Mr. Handy. As he totally, just, yells across the little common area there and just says, Mr. Janitor Bob, get better to cleaning up that mess. Those patients threw some food over there. And you see there's like a stain on the wall of some kind of gruel. And the Mr. Handy says, yes, custodian. And he's like in horrible shape. Bent, beat up, bullet holes, knife marks. And he goes over and starts scrubbing the wall with this one, buffing attachment. As the custodian looks at you guys and says, well, come on, you've obviously seen one of them their robots before. As he looks at Mr. Dr. Bones. Whereabouts you want to go first? We got 3 floors here. We got the lift don't work no more, but we got stairwells, and he basically points each direction. As you guys are right here, he points that there's stairwells each side of the hospital going up to the 2nd floor, and then there's a 3rd floor, but you can't go there because that's my office at the top. It's got a skylight. I get to look at the sky all day. That's what I was doing before y'all got here. I was looking up at the sky.
At the penthouse suite.
Well, the Doc Hugo don't use it, so I use it. Used to belong to the big man in charge. That's what Doc Hugo told me.
Mm.
And somebody give
Doc
me a
Hugo's
perception.
not in?
Oh, the doc is taking care of the patients. That's what the doc does. I take care of everything else because I'm caretaker. And he grins. You notice he's missing a couple teeth.
Very good.
And he turns his back to you for a second and waves you to come inside. You see clearly there's a mop and bucket just on the other side of the door. Obviously, he must have been using it himself. Will someone give me either vigilance or perception?
I got yellow to green perception unless somebody's got a better vigilance.
I have 2 green in vigilance, 2 green in perception.
Okay.
Don't worry. Nothing to say.
Anything?
Nothing to say. So you have a failure and 2 advantages. What would you like for your 2 advantages? I mean, I totally will give you something unrelated. There's totally some stuff there.
Maybe I noticed something, some rare item
Okay.
dropped casually in the corner.
Some rare item, and I have a list here for even rolling the fancy list. I will give you that you look around this common area and you totally see that there's a cart full of, it looks like bed sheets and some folded laundry. There's a pair of lab coats in there, as well as somebody's outfit. It looks like some crudely made clothes. Looks like some tanned leather, and some like almost looks like khaki pants with the pockets inside, but they're all homespun. Both articles of clothing, if you wear them, do have an advantage, by the way.
Is anybody looking at me?
Nobody's looking at you directly. This guy said, "Come on, follow me," and he turned his back to you for you guys to follow.
So I snatch the suit.
You snatch the so it's a
Ro-
lab
ro-
coat
ro-
or
ro- no, the suit.
so the wilderness outfit.
Yeah, and I quickly roll it up and tuck it under my armpit.
Okay. So there is the wilderness outfit that you have unlocked. Ta-da! And by the way, it gives you an advantage to all survival checks while you're wearing it. That's what that big capital A is. So, y'all are following him into the kitchen area here. And also for your 2 advantage, I will tell you, you see on the wall someone scratched with either a utensil or their very own fingernails in the wall. Beware the mirrors. Just something you noticed casually.
Yes.
I look
Okay.
around. Are any mirrors there
You
around?
don't see any mirrors in this room. As the caretaker, gestures, that he was in the middle of. I was in the middle of doing some important work, and he points over to the mop bucket with the mop in it, and he says, "So whereabouts you want to go first?" And as soon as he says that, there's this sketchy feel of electricity for a second, and then the hologram of the nurse comes popping up saying, "Custodian, caretaker, the guests would like to take the tour. As advised, please take them on the full tour as provided in packet 461, subsection B." And she glips out of existence. As he's just like, stupid ghost.
Well, it is true that we did request the tour. If you could please comply.
Well, whereabouts you want to go first? You want to go up? You want to go down? You want to go see the patients? You want to go see the doctor? You want to go see the rehabilitation room? And when he strokes his little stubble beard, when he squints at you when he says that, not ominous at all.
Let us start with the grounds.
You want to go outside in that weather? Your droid is broken. You need to check that droid, see if his similar logic circuits are broken.
How about your medical bays? How are those kept up? And what kind of stuff do you have there?
And
Let's
he
check
looks
those
at
out.
you and you say stuff. He's totally gonna give you the sus look. Are you sure you're here as a doctor?
Well, yes, the doctor can assess the quality and level of supplies and equipment that you are maintaining to take care of your patients.
He escorts you guys this way, and he bips this door open, and he says, "Don't mind the patients. Some of the nicer ones are allowed out of their room."
And I look around for patients.
And as soon as he opens this door, and the hallway's lights kind of start bipping on, you see over in the far corner over here is a small framed person in tattered.
Over here, is there a map that we're supposed to be seeing? Because we're not seeing that.
Are you guys not on the page I'm on? You are not on the
No.
page I am on. Let me get
Because
you
you did
over
keep,
there.
I'm like,
It's
he
locked.
keeps referencing areas, and I'm like,
So here's the common area you
Okay.
were brought into. How about that?
There we go. All right.
And he opens this here door and gestures for you guys to come, and the dim little lights start flickering on, giving partial light. And he goes up and whacks one of the light bulbs, and it glows a little brighter. And he's like, "Ha ha! Still got more life in you, bulb." As you look over here, and over here on the ground is a patient wearing a patient's, garb, but that looks filthy, dirty, torn, tattered, very old, very on its should have been drawn out and burned probably a decade ago. And the patient's just sitting on the floor, curled up, hugging themselves. They obviously have hair that looks like his in patches. From what you're seeing, as she's just shaking in the corner, doing the fetal position thing, as he's like, "Don't mind her. She's a good one. She won't bite your finger off."
Hmm.
As he gestures towards this here, since you want to see the medical bay.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is Medical Bay 1. Doc hasn't used it in a couple months, so it should be nice and pristine. And he puts his badge to the door, and it says, "The Caretaker" as the name. Shows his ratty old picture that's on his badge, and he opens up, and it's a really nice, pristine medical suite. It's got the little privacy screen, little bed there. Everything's covered in, sanitized plastic and paper. It has that ammonia bleach smell that should not be mixed together. Are you impressed? And he smiles, a grin missing too many teeth.
Looks pretty nice in here, Doc. Looks like they got a pretty good medical bay.
Most impressive. Worthy.
And Doc, you of all people would be more likely than not to notice something. Feel free to give me a perception check or vigilance. I believe they're both the same, so.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the perception check. Let me know when the difficulty's set.
It is ready.
Okay.
As you notice, this facility has everything you need for basic ER operations, except for like major amputations and things like that. It is a beautiful surgery suite. You do notice over here on this wall when you come in, there happens to be a mirror there, a full-length body mirror, but you totally recognize this as a medical assistance mirror. Basically, you hit it and it'll give you tutorials and shit. It's totally a takeoff. The modern-day workout system is those mirrors with the workout pull arms and stuff. So you can give somebody, PT by having them plug in the right program and watch the mirror. Currently, the mirror is switched off.
Interesting.
Of course, we didn't read the sign about the mirror, so.
Mm-hmm. And your friend hasn't.
Better
said
don't touch
anything
it. But let's not touch it.
Well, it's just a mirror. I mean, anything nice or looks important in the room laying around.
Wow. As do me a favor, give me a medicine check if you're looking to steal the most valuable thing in the room.
I don't know about most valuable, but looking for something of value that could be handy on the road. All right, let me know when you're ready.
Go for it. Nice.
Hey.
So immediately the caretaker goes over and he opens drawers and he's like, "Here's where we keep our popsicle sticks, and here's where we keep syringes for stabbing people, and here's where we have the scalpels." And he kind of like waves the scalpel in a menacingly way, looking at the glint and reflection of his face as he smiles at the scalpel and puts it back slowly.
Most interesting.
You totally know that in this room, you do see over by there's a coat rack that there is a walkie-talkie radio hanging off of it. because somebody's always bad about keeping track of their walkie-talkie. And you find, with your 3 successes, tucked away, it looks almost to you like when you totally peek into a cabinet real quick before the guy comes over and closes the cabinet in front of you, a package called Mentats.
Ventec.
Mentex with
Mentat.
an N. And with your successful skill, you know that Mentex are a pre-war chemical that was created and designed to increase memory-related functions and help with those that have neurological disorders. So, like if you had dementia, Mentex might help bump you out of the dementia aphasia. And you do find those. You find, in fact, a box full of them that looks like somebody's taken a few, but there are at least 19 more doses in the box. And it does with your 3 successes. It looks like someone stashed it in here, and there's the full description for their abilities, by the way. They're very addictive, but they make you feel good.
All right. But it's in a cabinet that he closed on me.
It's in a cabinet he politely closed, and he seems real sus. I mean, for someone who likes to pick up lost things, the way he behaved, it was like you just found his stash. You can empathize with 3 successes.
He probably has a need for those pills.
So,
Okay.
Dr. Robot, what do you think? Do you think this is good?
I am most impressed.
So, where you want to go now?
Let us take a review of the cafeteria.
Well, we just came from the cafeteria. That was that big room we were in.
Yes. However, I'd like to see the food preparation facilities.
Oh, those are handled automatically. There's machines that make the goop. It comes in 4 different flavors sometimes.
Goop. Could you expand on that, please?
It's he gladly takes you guys out of this room, and he says some harsh words to the girl in the corner. She stops shaking and just like curls away from you guys. As he takes you back to the cafeteria and over to the wall where the janky Mr. Handy's cleaning it up, and he pulls a fingerful of the goop off the wall and sticks this oatmeal-looking goop in your face on his finger, saying, "Goop! Comes in 4 different colors. I think they taste differently, but I'm not sure. Some
You're
days
not
I
sure.
think some days I think the color just makes you think it tastes different."
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And does it only require 1 serving to sustain a patient or personnel for the entire day?
Well, he comes over, and you see there's this little, tucked next to the tables that were put out of the way, there's a little tray, and he reaches under, and there's like pudding cup sized bowls, and he says, "According to the machines in the dock, you only need 1 of these for each one of your 3 meals a day to stay super healthy. It's the best eating I had ever. Not even my mom fed me this well."
Interesting.
Yes, it's impressive. I say as politely as possible.
And he just smiles over at you and says, "You're a pretty one." Super creepy. Super creepy.
Interesting. Who is the man in charge?
Well, I'm the caretaker, so I'm really in charge. But sometimes, the doctor thinks he's in charge. And just as he says that, the door over here opens up. And in steps, you see these beautifully shiny black shoes and clean black pants and lab coat. And as soon as the doctor steps into the room, and if you're looking at my little icon picture down there, feel free to keep looking at my little icon picture because that's the doctor.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
As you all need to give me, since this is the first time you've seen such a person in such a distress, give me a resilience check. As this is the first time you've seen a ghoul in person.
Okay.
Okay, so Dr. Bones sees a human in horrible condition with a missing nose and, wearing spectacles that probably don't work because they're so scratched up from, use. As Seth looks at the guy and, you take one strain as you have to stomach back the little burp of acidic bile in your mouth. And then we have Harjat, who turns to the side and goes at the sight of her first ghoul. But, Harjat, what would you like for those 3 advantages? This guy that comes in is missing chunks of his face. There's a hole to his sinus cavity where you think you can see his sinuses fluttering when he breathes.
So where is he? Can you ping it?
He just came in this door right here. He's got a clipboard.
We're
While
we're
you
actually
guys
all
are
in
looking
here.
in here, he came in and he was just almost as if the devil's name was mentioned and he showed up. As he looks up from his little clipboard and adjusts his spectacles that are all scratched up and looks at you and goes, "Oh, the nurse said we had guests on site." And Parjet just goes, "Bleh," saying this disgusting thing that looks like a zombie. I mean, you've seen the zombie movies in your vault. Mutant was freaky.
Right.
This is just Halloween spooky shit. And it could have been the caretaker putting food in your face on his finger, or the fact that this guy's got hamburger face.
Perhaps I managed to hide behind others.
Okay, for 3 advantage, I will totally give you that you managed to puke in a bowl on the table and discreetly hide it from the doctor's sight before he noticed. You totally are grabbing Seth and pushing him between you so you're not being seen puking. As he says, "Caretaker, why are you showing them this room in such poor shape? Hello, my name is the doctor." And he makes some smirk like that's a joke he doesn't, quite convey to you appropriately. And he's like, no one gets that joke anymore. Fine, I am Dr. Hugo. I am in charge of Happy Hills.
I will float my way over there and offer my appendage. I am Dr. Bones Handy. It is a pleasure to meet a fellow physician.
A fellow doctor. Wonderful. We must spend time discussing, caseloads. Obviously, you must see some interesting things out there in the wastelands.
To be honest, it's my first time in the wastelands. Everything's interesting.
Interesting. So are you all vault dwellers, as they call them?
Yes, we are.
Kind of look down at my suit and like,
So, in case you're interested, Happy Hills has a program to help with those that have been afflicted by traumas in the wastelands. And you totally feel him bust into a sales pitch. And all of a sudden, he's like listing off all these things of the different PTSD and things you can encounter in the wastelands and how best to treat them. And then all of a sudden, you notice he his thought trails off to all of a sudden he just starts staring and looks down at his clipboard and has this whole dementia feel as he's just looking at the clipboard and kind of stops and drools for a second as the caretaker's going, Doc, Doc, Doc Hugo. Yes, yes. So what was I saying? What was I saying again?
You were going into various treatments, various PTSD treatments for subjects that you have taken in for recovery.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. My friend the custodian here assists in getting us new patients. You see, since the war to end all wars happened, we only had a few patients on site, but over the years we've brought in new patients and have tried to help them with their conditions. And my friend the caretaker here has recently brought in some new patients, which is wonderful to see some new traumas. Do you know there's a thing I discovered called the creature in the night? Apparently,
No, please
many
share
people
me
will.
more.
Many people call it the death claw, but many others call it the creature in the night. You can hear its howls, and I've been treating with heavy doses of sedatives to help get people past the trauma of this mythical creature that obviously does not exist.
That's close.
I
Have
would
I heard any? Have I heard any tales about it?
You have not.
Oh,
I mean, you did hear creepy howls in the darkness, but that could be anything.
That's just dogs.
That could be your mutant friend getting an acid bath.
He's probably enjoying it.
As he looks at each of you guys and says, "So, which one of you is our newest, newest patient?"
None of us actually. Where we came across this place by chance with the assistance of a guide, a mutant. We did not know if he may have been a former patient, but he had recommended that we visit your facilities because you have exceptional technology, and we would like to learn more about the technology and how you continue to keep it to standard.
Unfortunately, my Mr. Handy here is the resident mechanic. As you can see, I am a very poor example of a mechanic, for I've only been able to keep him going by the greatest of chance. And the Mr. Handy totally turns around and makes this like sound because its vocator was broken and is missing. As it goes back to cleaning the wall with its buffer and its soap dispenser. The custodian here has been very helpful in many things, but in regards to you, a mutant friend, I've been given rather vivid descriptions of the mutants. Is he one of those 10-foot tall green or yellow fellows that eat people alive and ravage the women? From what I've been told.
No, he seems pretty. To be honest, I thought he might have been one of your rehabilitated subjects.
Oh no, we
He's
have not
quite
had
friendly.
any mutants in our facility. Unfortunately, we've been told about the mutants, right? And he looks over at the caretaker, and the caretaker nods and says, "Remember that big fellow 2 summers ago?" And he goes, "Oh yes, yes, yes. I had to put many darts in that fellow to put him to sleep before you dragged him off. Yes, yes." And he kind of like pats his hip like something should be there, and he goes, where is my dart gun? I should have my anesthetizer in case a patient gets violent." And the caretaker's like, "You must have left it somewhere, sir." And he looks almost a little shady. It's
Does that
okay.
happen often? They get violent?
Oh, only on occasion. A few of our older patients from my earlier internship here at the facility seem to get more cranky than others, especially if they're not given their regular medications.
I see. And I look up at the caretaker.
Oh, you do.
Little side glance.
Do me a favor and give me a vigilance.
All right. Is it ready?
Yep.
I don't
You're
catch
disgusted by
nothing.
the guy with the hole in the face. The caretaker is less creepy now by huge margins. I mean,
Indeed.
Yes.
so, caretaker, where have you taken them? And he's just like, Operation Room 1. He's like, oh, isn't that room nice? I haven't used it in so long. I should think about doing a procedure there. I think the last time I did that was resetting a broken bone by old Miss Kearney. Unfortunately, we've been out of painkillers for many years now. Those were always the first to go, you see. And then all of a sudden he starts pondering about yesteryear. Something he used to think about. As the caretaker just looks at you guys and says, the doctor will be like that for a while. Did you want to see something else? He does that from time to time.
Yes, actually. Where do you store your spare technology parts?
What do you mean by spare technology parts?
Well, your technologies, such as the view screen, require maintenance, doesn't it?
Oh, most of them we take from other rooms that aren't used anymore and put them in different places.
Uh,
Unfortunately, we don't seem to have a spare of much anymore these days. There is a warehouse against the fence outside, but unfortunately it's down to only having spare lawn maintenance parts.
okay. Part of our
Seems the situation not much different to our world, because we are on a mission to retrieve to get a spare part.
And he says, Vault? So where is your vault? You must be nearby if you just came out.
To be honest, I don't think we're able to answer that question because we're not familiar with the landscape. So directional relationship correlation is minimal.
And he totally
I
rubs
I
his
try to
chin.
I try to describe where we came from as much as I could.
Ooh, do me a favor and go ahead and roll me a survival as you try to give him your general direction.
So rolling.
Yep. As you give a description, but unfortunately it's a very vague. We went east and then southeast and then northwest, then east. As he just like rubs his chin, intently listening, but like confused by you saying you took a right, a left, and a right, then a right and a left at the funky cactus. As he's just like, huh, huh. He definitely seems to be trying to commit what you're giving him to memory, even though the rest of you guys realize he's giving gibberish directions.
Yeah, I'm sitting there going, yeah. It's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
I don't think on yonder is a measure of time or space. As he's just like, so are you wanting to go down where the parts used to be in the basement? Or the medical supplies? As he looks at Dr. Robot, who he thinks may be crazy or maybe in charge, one or the other.
Let's start with medical supplies.
Medical supplies. Okay, that's this way. This stay good, Doc. And he pats the Doc on the chest a couple times as the Doc is still like just drooling, looking at his clipboard. And he totally takes you guys through here.
Can I take a quick look at the clipboard?
Sure. As you look at the clipboard and with your keen medical senses, won't even be a roll there, you clearly see it's a checklist of patients. And you get this quick video scan from your optic scanner's point of view of showing the 20 patients on site. And it's basically a morning check-in to check on them to make sure they've been given their drugs. Yes, no, maybe. Are they violent, happy, sedated? And you see there are 3 patients that are checked as violent and unmedicated on his checklist.
I'm sorry, I missed that last part.
They are 3 patients that are violent and unmedicated.
And how are the patients documented? Does the list provide first and last names, or
The list
is it
does
patient
provide.
number?
It's basically first and last name, room number, and then what their conditions are. And most of them you see are basically listed as PTSD and some kind of psychosis, like agoraphobia, narcolepsy is listed as one of them. Night terrors is listed on it. So there's random bag of nuts, so to speak.
Okay. Do I have enough time to record that patient list?
Do you have the ability to record?
Let me check my character sheet to see what kind of equipment I got.
I mean, there is actually a cybernetic attachment that totally lets you do that, by the way. Totally worth the money. Because then it lets you instant recall and sure makes you the GM's best friend.
I'm taking a look through my talents to see if vendor, physician, surgeon.
I mean, if not, it's just regular commit to memory.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, so it'd have to be regular commit to memory.
Okay. As you get the little record light on your camera's point of view, and then all of a sudden it goes, recording error, SD card 180% over capacity.
Yeah. Nice.
Please enter new SD card. Damn you, SD cards.
I will keep that in mind.
Okay, and he will gladly take you guys this direction. And then he opens up here and he points out that, don't worry about that stairwell. It goes somewhere else. And he goes down this long corridor. And when you guys get down over here, you totally see one of the patients that is listed as violent. It belongs to this room, by the way. And you hear banging on the door and scratching. And almost like a feral hiss at one point. As the caretaker just kicks the door until the noise stops. And he says, sorry, some of them are a little on the unmedicated side.
Was there a window into the room or anything? Or
There is not. There happens to be a sheet welded over what used to be a window hole. Maybe someone broke through at some point.
Probably.
And he takes you over to these 4 rooms, which he opens the door and you see the rooms have been, all the stuff in the room has been pushed up to the wall and, saran wrapped for storage. As he says, this is where we have the spare parts. And you see like little broken tchotchkes in these rooms over here. Over here, you've got broken chairs and tables. Over here, you've got random electronics that looks like somebody just ripped them out and placed the chunks with raw wires hanging out in there. And in here, you have used medical supplies. It's kind of scary how many syringes and darts are sitting empty and dirty.
Yeah.
He looks back
I'll
at you
take a look
guys
around.
and says, "Doctor, I came up with the sorting system myself." And he smiles.
I kind of step into the electronics room and take a gander around.
Okay.
Got a lot of stuff.
Go ahead and give me either a perception, a mechanics, or computers.
I'll take a perception.
As
Let me know when you're ready.
Dr. Bones is coughing. My subroutines say that this is filthy.
Ready?
So, yep. So, in the room, you notice a bunch of pre-war money. A lot of pre-war money. I don't know why it's in the electronics room, but it's totally in there.
Sure, he had a method or a thought.
As he looks at you, eyeballing the room, and he totally gives you the look of like, "Oh, these great treasures. These are the great things from before the war. Do you know this place stood before the bombs fell from the earth?"
Actually, there's a question. How did this facility escape the bombs?
According to one of the Mr. Orderlies from the second floor, they told me that they managed to stay safe because of the surrounding topography, as well as the fact that some of the Mr. Orderlies prevented civil unrest outside the facility. But and he totally points over to a Mr. Orderly, which is a Mr. Handy that's basically an orderly. And you see it's shot to shit. Somebody like blasted this thing with guns. He says, "But I wouldn't recommend dealing with one of those Mr. Orderlies if I was you. They're a little screwy in the head between sedating patients or, putting people back to bed forcibly. I got put back to bed once. It was not a pleasant experience." And he kind of lifts up his badge and he says, "Don't lose your badge. Or don't go under the second
Tug at mine,
floor."
make sure it's good and secure around my neck.
And
Yeah.
as he does point out the shot up Mr. Orderly, there are some parts that could be, salvaged off of him.
Indeed.
Not that our orderly has the skill sets to do that.
Yeah, I don't have mechanics worth anything.
I think I could. I just need to double check and make sure I have the right tools. I may not have the tools for it.
Oh.
And Doc Handy, you checking out any of the rooms?
Oh yeah. I am going through and I'm inspecting. Actually, I'm trying to recall the list that on the clipboard and take a look at the rooms to see which patient is supposed to be here and see if the patient is there.
I got the violent one in this room, so it's banging away.
So here's the violent one right there.
Oh, this one.
And yep. And there is a pair of patients in this room that basically are listed as, twins. And they both have codependency issues.
Fascinating. Okay. And the door is secure?
This door for the crazy one or for the twins?
I'm going to test the crazy one first.
Okay, the crazy one's door is definitely secure.
Okay.
As the custodian's looking at all of you guys, and he's like, "Are these the treasures you need?" Kind of ghoulishly smiles at you guys, like, "Is this what you're looking for?"
I'm afraid not. Don't get me wrong. Very impressive. But
If they are, I'll let you take something and leave out the side door if you'd like. As he totally does the scratch his chin and rub his palm like if it's worth something to you.
I believe that. I think that going through and describing the device that we need is in order. And unless someone decides to stop me, I will proceed to do so.
Okay. Give me a mechanics skill to see if you can figure out what you're asking for and if he's ever seen one.
Okay.
This totally could be a thing. I like this. And you have story points still. You got 2 of them.
Can I know ahead of time what my difficulty is?
It's against 2 purple. Basically, it's against his intelligence to figure out what you're describing.
Got it. Then I'm going to use a story point.
Okay. I will gladly put an update in there because you can give exact specifications and color and code and the UPC on the side.
Let me know when you're ready.
You're good to go. You keep describing it, and you sound like this knucklehead has never heard of anything close to what you're describing. You're not really getting the idea that you are failing to convey the information. This idiot does not get what you're talking about. He is either a idiot or savant at lying, and he is not getting what you're telling. He's just like, nope. The only thing I heard like that is the big box downstairs with the yellow paint on it. And he basically conveys back to you that the power source here is a giant box.
Can we take a look at that?
Go ahead and give me a charm, coercion, or lead. I can't give you leadership. See if you can talk him into taking you to the bowels of the facility.
You said charm?
Charm or coercion. Because he did mention the power source here, so you're just like, hey, let's see if it's compatible.
I don't show charm or coercion on the character sheet. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong space.
You're looking at skills, right?
Oh, okay. I was looking at under general skills. Okay, so charm and coercion is pretty much the same at 2 green.
As he's just like, he gives you the sus look. You know, that classic meme of a kid giving the sus look.
Yeah, I'm going to try coercion.
Oh, no, I'm not allowed to let anybody down there. It violates like 5 of the safety protocols. I'm the only one allowed down there. Even the doc don't go down there no more.
Really? But I've noticed that some of your systems have been flickering and not operating well. We do have quite the mechanical skills to make sure that systems were maintained. But if you choose to leave it go and fail, that's on you then. all these people get turned loose.
Ooh.
But hey, I just, just noticed these things. Power failures. But hey, I don't have to live here with everybody when everything goes awry.
As you say that in such a threatening tone,
Actually, more of a lying.
the
'Cause I don't know
custodian
shit.
is stepping back, and he looks unhappy at your confrontationalness. You're done confrontational,
Not
and
confrontational.
you see him reach for his badge, and he goes up to this door here, and he waves his badge at the little scanner. And he looks at you, especially Seth, because he's already got his eye on you, his good eye even. And he unlocks this door. And as he does, he reaches under his nice white coat for something. Everybody go ahead and roll me vigilance.
Oh, that didn't work out.
Y'all threatening his setup here. He's got a nice setup.
Alright. You want to roll on the weapons, talent, and power tab?
Yeah, you want to
And
do a
roll-
vigilance on the initiative.
Yep.
So it's on the combat and then initiative vigilance, not the skill
Oh,
one.
that's different.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
different.
slightly different. It'll come up on the
Where is
initiative
it?
tab for you.
On the weapons, talents, and powers tab, the very top initiative, you have a cool and a vigilance.
Oh,
That
here we go.
ignores any threats and all that, and then puts it onto the turn order.
Nicely done.
Yeah, somebody was super vigilant.
Yeah.
He's like watching me try to scare the guy and lie to him. He's like, this ain't gonna go well. So he was all ready.
So he was all prepared. So as all of a sudden the caretaker's getting awful nervous about his cushy life here, especially as you guys are making threats and wanting to see things that are not supposed to be seen. So he unlocked the door and he's reaching for something in a weapon-like fashion. Who's gonna do what first?
so noticing that, maybe I shout, stop it! We mean no harm.
Oh, you gonna try to do talkie-talk skills?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that not being Danger Man style, but person of words. Go ahead and give me your charm or coercion, whether you're being nice about it or you're being like, hey, don't be stupid.
I guess I'll do my coercion.
You like my friends have instigated you. I'm sorry. And Nurse Jenny is totally the caretaker. And you immediately say that, and he did give you the moony eyes earlier, because you're the prettiest woman he has ever seen in his entire life, even prettier than his mom. And when you try to convince him not to be, violent here, he's just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot my manners. Where are my manners? It's been so long since we've had civilized folk here." What would you like for your 2 advantage?
I am I want to speak to him something in the course of we are on a quest to get some equipment we need for our world, but meanwhile we are looking if we can also be of some good for their facility. Maybe we can have some exchange. Maybe there's missing something we can find on our way, and if we get injured, then we can come for healing. So
Ooh,
like
I like
like
that.
that.
So immediately on his turn, which is coming up, he waves his badge on the door, and you see it goes back to locked, and he's just like, I'm so sorry, and he squints his one good eye to make sure he can read your badge, and says, Darjat, I'm so sorry. It's been so long since I've had people that and he totally lifts his hand up like he's whispering to a friend, even though he's yelling down the hallway. People that ain't ghouls like the doctor, and he points back and then he gestures at the no-nos. It's been so long since I've had gotten to talk to normal people. And he basically makes sure the ghoul's door is still locked, as you guys have this super tense exhale of the fact that you think he was just about to sick a ghoul on you and do something behind his back. As he's just like, well, if 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 you're needing this to save your people, I can definitely understand that. Did did you see what you're needing in the room? Because I don't think I've seen anything like what you're displaying here.
That big box you spoke about, does it okay, if we are not allowed to enter, fine, but maybe there is something written on the box that you could
Me.
tell us.
I guess as long as you promise not to tell the doc, I'll take you down there, and you promise not to break anything.
We never tell him
I
anything. You've
promise.
been quite polite.
I promise. I glance back to others and say, to make you more feel more safe. Maybe I can go along with you, so others stay back for a while.
And
Just to see if it's
he
any
snaps
of
at
any
that
use.
deal in a second. As he says, we can leave your friends looking through the supplies here, and I'll take you down there.
All right,
Party.
let's
All
go.
right.
Okay, as we get this screen swipe, as he totally takes you back to the eating area, where there's this circular stairwell that goes down to the second floor below. And as he takes you down, he basically hits buttons, and the little lights light up the stairwell. And he says, "This is the emergency only stairwell, because the elevator don't work no more. It fell down into the sub basement one day when the cable broke. Apparently, Doc told me all about it. Lost 3 people in the elevator that day. He said." And
Oh,
he starts regaling you with
so sad.
stories. And do me a favor, give me a charm roll. And I'm giving you a free upgrade. Just for your friendly banter going back and forth. I'm wondering how much he's going to info dump on you now that you're having a private walk
So
with him.
as I have no skills, then it will give me some minuses, perhaps.
Okay. So he tries flirting with you, but it's really awkward. I mean, the fact that he's this grubby, smelly, even though he's clean, he's grubby guy, and he's trying to flirt with you to the creepy point. That's how that fail comes out. As he takes you down to the basement, and you see there's MedTech. It's a company label on everything. Everything's got the big MedTech label, and he points at this big 10-foot tall by 20-foot wide by 20-foot deep box, and it says MedTech hospital generator. And it's clearly not like the generator you have back in the Vault Tech. It's not sexy tech. It's old clunky tech. You know, this whole giant box is a generator that's got like 2 buttons and 2 dials. That's it for the controls. It's obviously meant to be operated by somebody that works in a hospital. There's an on button and an off button.
So have I seen anything of that kind before?
Do me a favor. Let's find out. Let's go ahead and give me an average mechanics check.
How does the help or teamwork action work in this system?
Normally, if you would help, it would give a blue dice, or if you had a better skill than them, you could upgrade to the combination of green and yellow skills together of the best combination.
Okay.
Like, say, someone had 4 greens in their characteristic, but you had 2 ranks, you could put them together.
Okay, because I got two yellow in mechanics.
Yes,
Yeah, but we're not there.
You're not
Can I-
there.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, I need to step away for a moment. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Can't I roll voltage instead?
Well, unfortunately,
have-
this is not Vault Tech stuff. It's a different company's stuff.
Ah,
That's the problem.
so
is
just
you're seeing
mechanics.
the other company's stuff. So you look around it, and most of this stuff looks like weird medical equipment to you. It looks like nothing you've seen in your entire life in the vault. Vault Tech's got a
Alright.
great pseudoscience-y, classic 50s horror movie technology look. This stuff is all clean, closed, easy to spray down, sanitize, and wrap up. You're not used to stuff being this scientific and simplified. It's oversimplified as part of the problem. You're seeing the generator's got an on button and an off button. It's got a output gauge, and it's got a temperature gauge. And of course, you do notice on the temperature gauge, this thing is running like right at the red line constantly.
So I just look at it and not recognizing anything similar. So I say, okay, it's not what it's probably not what we are looking for, but it may be useful for you if your power runs out.
Exactly. It
As far
seems
as I
to be
understand.
not compatible with your guys' technology.
Yeah.
But you do
So let's go.
know if you could offer your friends help for fixing it in case it needs fixing.
So I just offer. I say if you need help in case of power supply, then some of my friends can help with this item.
And he
Perhaps.
gives this like very happy look of like, I would appreciate your friends coming to help as long as they let me know before they come, so I can make sure the doc is busy with patients.
All right. So let's go back.
And he takes, we get a screen swipe as he takes you back to your friends.
So I tell others. So there's a big power, huge box labeled as power generator, but quite unlike what we have in our vault. So, but it may be useful for them.
So before they come back and while he's away, I'm able to do a sweep of the 4 rooms. I'm gonna go nosing through everything. He left us unattended.
He totally left you unattended. So in the medical supply room, you definitely notice there's a outfit hidden away in the medical supplies. Is a pair of outfits that look like they were, taken off somebody and hidden away. And you find someone has hidden, and obviously it seems concealed, but your keen eyes notices you had plenty of time. A box of Calmex, which your medical friend can immediately identify what it is, which is a tranquilizer.
Yeah.
And there are 13 darts with that stuff.
Well,
What do you do?
I'm taking those.
Well, it's a box. We're talking box.
But
Or are you
is
just
there a
taking
dispenser
13
also?
darts? No, it's just the darts. They're little
Can they be
cigar-shaped tranquilizer darts.
can they be used without dispenser manually somehow with
You can
bare hands?
try. I mean, it's not very effective, but you could try. Classic movie style, grabbing the trink dart and sticking it in somebody.
Yeah. I'll
It's not
grab
as
3. What the hell?
they're
If I
basically
can't, the
meant to be
box is too big.
shot from a dart gun because that's what helps inject them. Because there's no actual plunger. But you could try. So you
Oh,
grab a
if the
And
box is too big to stash,
yeah.
then
We're
I'll grab
talking an
3 of them.
actual like 2 foot by 3 foot by 2 foot box.
Okay.
oh,
It would be hard to conceal that large of an object on your person.
but he was speaking about individual taking some individual
Yeah, I can take
darts.
Yep,
individuals, yeah.
yep. You can
Yep.
reach in and
All right.
grab a couple and stick it in your pocket.
Could come in handy. Never know.
Okay, so you guys hear them coming before you see them because obviously they're talking as they're walking. Because the caretaker is totally trying to flirt with her. It's super awkward, super creepy. As they come around the corner and you guys just you're up to nothing, right? Completely innocent.
Nope, just sitting out in the hallway, just kind of, like playing with my
And
harmonica.
the caretaker totally tells you guys, that the Parjet has told him about your vaults and the troubles that you're in, and he really wishes to help, but he doesn't think your technology is compatible. But if you want to send any sick people here for help, the doc Hugo can totally fix them up.
Cool.
All right.
Ominous
Keep
silence
that in
and
mind.
looks shifting between everybody.
Yes, it's good to know. We definitely appreciate that offer.
As he goes back
By the way,
and checks that bolt.
by the way, what time of day it is now there?
Now it's going to be probably about 2, 3 o'clock at night.
Oh, can we stay there here overnight? Where?
Yeah, the caretaker totally tells you he can set up some. He's got his room in the penthouse if you like to stay there. Creepy. As he can set up a room for you and your friends if you'd rather stay together.
Probably better to stay together.
Yeah, we are not used to be outside, so it will we will have a better rest.
Okay, and
comfort and familiar faces.
he totally goes over and sets you guys up a room that has 3 beds, even though the robot doesn't use a bed. He's just that sketchy of a weird guy. So he basically tells you guys that you can stay there, and do you want him to bring you food?
We have our own food. We'll be fine. Appreciate it.
Okay, and he basically takes you over to, we will say, this room over here, far from where you are. As you go walking by, you guys come back
Over
this
where?
direction. So you come back this way, and this way, and this
Yeah.
way. The doctor
Okay.
seems to have wandered off somewhere. And then you come back this way, and he reopens the door here, and he walks you by the little girl who he pats on the head, and you totally see that she's a ghoul missing half her face. And he opens this door, and the girl looks at everybody in turn. Thankfully, it's the second ghoul you've met, and she's much cuter, so it's okay. And then he totally brings you into here and puts you guys over in this room over here. It's
Yeah.
prepared for guests, as he says, in the most creepiest, least creepy way ever.
Is it clean?
It
Thank
is
you.
clean. It has fresh, clean sheets.
Okay. Well, we definitely appreciate all of your time and efforts, and appreciate the accommodations. You're most generous.
He gives you this big toothless smile. He says, the doctor will probably be around at first call at 8 o'clock.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to chatting with him then.
Are you sure you don't want to go up to the 3rd floor? As he looks at Parjet in a super creepy way.
I'm too tired from our travel. We have been going quite far today.
Maybe tomorrow, as he closes the door. With a very ominous click.
After a few minutes, I'll test the door.
The door is in fact locked.
I knew it.
Shall we be vigilant at night? I'm asking others quietly.
I
What do
don't
you
know
think?
about you, but yeah.
Do we need staying on watch or not?
There's some strange people here, so yeah, I would think so.
And
Not
as you
including
say
the.
that, you notice that in this room is one of those mirrors.
Like, look, they got one of these cool medical mirror things. We don't have any of these in our vault.
True.
As you get close, you can barely see in the reflective surface medtech. Are you doing
Check it
anything
out.
to the mirror as you
Yeah,
finish your
I'll check it
story?
out. Any buttons or anything?
There is totally an off switch if you would like to turn it off.
Turn it off or turn it on?
It is currently in the on mode, with a very
Oh,
subtle blue light slightly glowing.
interesting mirror. And it doesn't. I mean, did my image look normal? And
It's looking like a normal mirror.
Hmm.
Just that it's about 2 inches thick and attached to the wall.
now the question is it a one-way mirror and they're watching us? Where's the
I mean,
mirror located?
your doctor Bones can clearly tell you that it's a medical interactive system. It's basically like a giant iPad.
Yeah,
At
I'll touch
least
it.
before the war. And as you touch it, immediately you see like water droplets where your finger goes, and it gets the beep boop boop Meditech startup. And you clearly see the redheaded nurse there, and she pops and says, "Hello, visitor. How can I assist your medical needs?"
Yeah. It's you again. Well, I seem to be quite healthy, so I don't think I need anything at this point.
I think you need a second opinion. Please stand still. As all of a sudden you feel a warmth come out of the mirror as it's totally giving you a medical diagnostics.
Hmm.
Who knows what it's doing to your swimmers? I think you are incorrect, sir. Do you know you have been exposed to some sort of radiation?
Son?
Please be advised, the radiation levels you've been exposed to are not healthy for a long lifespan.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Shall I
I
page
think
the doctor?
outdoors we don't have much choice.
And the little AI gives you a look like doesn't understand what you're saying.
Well, there's some bombs that fell outside some time ago.
Oh dear, sir. Are you suffering from PTSD from the war with China?
Oh, no. I'm just fine. Wasn't even around during that.
I think you might be confused. Would you like me to page the doctor on call?
No. I got a doctor right here.
Oh, you seem to be mistaken. That's a Mr. Handy. Unfortunately, we have no medically trained Mr. Handys, only Mr. Orderly and Mr. Janitor.
Right, he's with us. He is medically trained.
Oh, I'm sorry. I see you do have a visitor's badge. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
No. I think you've done plenty. Thank you. And I'll reach up and hit the power off.
And as she says, goodbye, I'm here for your medical needs, as you hit the power button and bloop.
Okay,
Wow.
I say, don't touch it anymore. Let's have some rest.
Okay, so you guys grab some sack time.
Sure.
Okay, anybody staying awake on vigilant check? I mean, you mentioned it, so
I'll
I
do
gotta
that.
ask. Okay. Dr. Handy's kind of just chilling.
Yep.
As emergency medical professional, give me a medicine check as your colleagues have drifted off to sleep.
Okay. Let me know when
You are good
when
to
you're
go.
ready.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. There was
Nice
nothing
of
to
being
What can
notice.
go
brutal.
Is what it
wrong?
meant. There's nothing to notice. As
Yep.
both of you
Nothing.
guys give me a discipline check.
Which ones?
Who?
Both
Everybody?
of my human sleeping people.
All right, discipline, huh?
check.
Yeah, as you're
Sure.
you're slipping off to sleep, you feel safe. Enclosed walls. This is what you guys were bred for, is enclosed spaces. You love enclosed spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So
As Parjet, you get a great night's sleep. Don't worry about that strain. But Seth, you have the weirdest dreams ever. You've got some weird My Little Pony cotton candy countryside crazy shit going on that you woke up with. You're just like, no shit, guys. You will never believe the dreams I just had. They were in Technicolor.
Well, I mean, that doctor's creepy. Hard to
But,
sleep after seeing that.
but you just had really weird dreams.
Okay.
I mean, you did see a guy with his nose rotten off, so I mean that will affect anybody. And right at
Yeah.
8 o'clock on the dot, you hear a knock on the door, and the doctor says, "Doctor, are you decent?"
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well,
And
at
as
least you still
soon
got
as Dr.
bedside
Bones
manner.
says that, the door whoosh opens up, and there's the doctor in a fresh, clean doctor's robe, and he's got his clipboard, and he's coming in to check in on all three of you. How are and he stops and looks at the check clipboard and looks at your badges. How are our visitors doing today? Did you get enough sleep?
Yeah, it was so-so.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how pleasant were your dreams?
What were they?
How
Peaceful?
how pleasant were your dreams?
Like a
Um,
4.
well, wait. How's the scale designated? Is
Uh,
1
one
best dream or is 10 best dream?
10 would be the best dream, and he turns around on his clipboard and he shows this page has happy faces to sad faces. So
Mhm.
angry face is number 1, all the way to happy face, which is number 10.
Oh.
Yes, he's
Number
totally
10,
using the
most
picture.
definitely.
Yeah,
Excellent,
I'm like
excellent.
4.
Excellent. We were still using some of the old techniques used to help induce pleasant dreams by infiltrating the air with some different chemical concoctions. Unfortunately, we've ran out of the original aromatherapy mixes, so we've had to improvise some of our own.
Mm. Which therapy mixes did you improvise?
And he just like blots out some chemical compositions, and you're just like, so happy, Cass?
Okay,
Oh,
He says,
good.
so is there anything you would like before mealtime? At 9:30 sharp, the doors will unlock so you can come for mealtime if you'd like.
Um, actually, yes. Our security badges. I understand that they're currently set to visitor. Um, what are the visitor security badge limitations?
Oh, well, as a visitor, you basically will need someone on the staff, which would be the custodian or myself, to escort you through the facility. As the visitor badge is merely meant to identify you're not a patient, but doesn't provide any additional security measures beyond what a normal patient would have.
Okay,
And in the
very good.
case of a emergency situation, the facility computer could identify your location for future rescue if necessary. And he just throws
Mm,
that all matter of fact, like, excuse me.
yeah,
Is there
very
anything
good.
else you require?
I look to my friends.
probably not. Probably not. Thank you for hospitality. We got a rest and probably we will proceed further and maybe we will in our journey maybe we will find something useful for your facility also. We
Ah,
talked already.
excellent, excellent. And he is, as you're talking, he's marking the clipboard with something, and just as you're finishing talking, he like snaps to, walks out the door, and it closes, and you hear the click,
Leaving us in.
leaving you locked in the room.
All right.
As you
Is
hear
there
like
like a
you hear a similar knock across the hallway, and then the door shunk across the hallway.
call button in the room,
There is
or
yeah, there's a little pad there.
I'm assuming you all are ready to go.
Yes.
Um, I will hit the call button.
Are you guys, by the way, wearing any of the new outfits you had, or no?
No. Wearing my stuff.
No, I'm wearing the same. I came in.
Okay. So you hit the call button, and immediately you hear the nurse's voice basically ask what assistance is required.
Yeah, we were looking to go to the dining area.
Excellent. Food time will be at 9:30. You currently have a hour and 26 and a half minutes before that time. Your door should automatically open at that time. Please follow the rest of the patients in an orderly fashion for breakfast.
But we're visitors, so we'd like to go ahead and just kind of hang out there now.
Have you discussed this with the doctor or the caretaker?
Yes.
Very well. Then the doctor or the caretaker will assist you at any time that you deemed appropriate. Fucking AIs. That's all I gotta say. She's made to be blunt enough that the inmates can't trick her. They've had some crafty inmates over the years. She can't be trusted with the ability to open the doors.
I'm going to spin around and take a look at my compatriots.
Whee!
Ask them, this facility does not seem to possess the technology that we are seeking. Should we continue to stay?
No, we probably ought to move on if we can get out.
Did you notice doctors saying that they were infusing our room with some mood enhancement chemicals without warning? Without warning.
Yes, I did notice that.
Am I the only one who feels it's suspicious?
No, I'm ready to go. That's not cool.
So how shall we do? Shall we wait at least try to pretend we don't suspect anything and proceed out as if for breakfast? And by the way, I am hesitant also to eat anything they're going to give us. I have a weird feeling as if they want to keep us here.
Yeah, it's kind of my feeling.
Or shall we try to break out before breakfast time? How do you think?
Well, damaging facility property may classify us as hostile and may require us to be involuntarily kept for treatment. I suggest that we wait until breakfast, and once we're out, we depart.
Sounds reasonable. All right.
Yeah, sounds logic.
We have to report back to our home, back to the vault anyway, and the doctor did express interest in taking in more patients. We could most likely negotiate our exit using that as the reasoning.
Yeah. Well, once we get closer to the entrance, we can definitely work to get our way out.
All right.
Did you keep your armaments upon yourselves?
Well, of course.
Okay.
Okay, so
Not giving that stuff up.
Any more plotting before 9:30 rolls around?
No.
I can't think of anything else to bring up.
As all of a sudden you hear this doo doo doo. over some hidden speaker in the ceiling saying, "First floor's mealtime starting in 5 minutes. Please follow your fellow patients in an orderly fashion. No biting, scratching, clawing, or you will be sedated. Please proceed to eat in an orderly fashion. Rooms 5 through 15 will be opened first to prevent any crowding in the hallways." And conveniently, you guys hear your door cycle unlock, and then it pops open like a quarter gap, so you know that it's definitely open until someone gets near it, and then it'll open automatically all the way. You totally notice 4 people come shuffling out of the room across the hall from you, and they look very glazed. And they are not ghouls, by the way. They're wearing very, very old and tattered hospital gowns. And they definitely seem to be like people like you, but they're very open, slack-jawed, drooling, medicated eyes. And they're walking almost zombie-like down the corridor here with the open doors, where you see there's another set of doors opening, and there's some ghouls that are kind of like ghoulishly got their hands up, and they're twitching and fidgeting, but they're behaving because they've been electroshocked into behaving. And the humans and the ghouls are getting in line together, and they're heading down to the cafeteria area.
Okay.
Are you guys getting into step with them?
I'll follow a pace or 2 behind.
Okay.
And I'm following Seth.
And Dr. Bones, give me a medicine check. So I
Okay.
spend a point against you there.
Ready?
Yep. As you clearly notice on the last of the humans that goes walking out of the door across your hallway, they have a interesting scar on the inside of their left eye. That with apparently your super keen medical senses detect that all 4 of them have had some kind of medical procedure that's identical.
They more than likely have been lobotomized.
Would you like to use your 2 advantage for something?
Yeah, I'm going to observe the area around us to see what kind of security is in place. Just to try to figure out, okay, how much resistance are we going to encounter when we try to leave?
It does look like from the vents that you looked when you keenly wiggle your head and look into the vents, there seems to be some nozzles in the air ducts. So they could possibly nozzles, like air nozzles. Like you'd see over a stove to spray halon. In this case, you're pretty sure it would be to spray some kind of sedative.
Got it.
Totally useless against you. But your organic friends may fall asleep or worse, be poisoned. But you're thinking probably sleep.
Right.
You've got records of facilities like this gassing the place and just having security come through and clean up afterwards.
Yeah. Okay. So I will definitely bring that to the attention of my allies.
I got a squat for that, so that's all right.
Then I whisper back. So then I better hold my breath if it starts operating.
Well, we definitely need to find some countermeasure for that.
Well, hopefully you have a decent resilience.
And as you
All
guys
right.
get to the eating hall, we've got the custodian here organizing the plates. There's little pudding cups of each different color food. You can clearly see some of the people have learned you can take two and nobody complains. Their Mr. Handy is totally assisting with helping, and the doctor just seems to be watching and scribbing notes on his clipboard. And he smiles, a ghoulish smile, as he sees the three of you come through as well and says, "Excellent, excellent, you're here for your first breakfast." And yes, the way he says first breakfast is slightly creepy.
Yes. In regards to that, you mentioned that you would be interested in taking in additional patients if necessary, correct?
Oh, yes, our friend the custodian there has helped in the past, and we are always looking for, as you can see, we have room available if you have patients needing help.
We need to get in touch with our vault to let them know about this facility and your offer. However, we have been unable to communicate with them, and we need to step off premises. It may be interference based upon the geological formations that protected this facility when the bombs dropped.
Oh, that shouldn't be a problem. If you'd like to call your vault, you can use the courtesy phone. And he points over across the way, and there's a big red phone hanging. It says courtesy one call per day allowed, and it's an old timey wired phone.
Unfortunately, well, before we left, our system is not operating properly. So, unfortunately, with that, we would need to go back to the vault to bring back several of our people who would definitely benefit from your care. But because of our systems not functioning with the outside world, we'll need to go back there.
Somebody give
It's
me
part of why we're out here.
2 charm rolls. The first one's going to be for the custodian, the caretaker there. And the second one's going to be the doc. I just want to see if in fact the caretaker will assist you guys.
Charm, I'm up and up lying.
Okay, lying will work. Give me a deception.
All right. Ready?
Yep. Obviously, a liar knows a liar here. As the custodian, goes, "Psst, Doc, they want to leave," is what he's saying. And go ahead and give me a deception against the good doctor.
Wow. The dice are being brutal.
As immediately the doctor gets kind of foggy faced when the custodian says they want to leave. And he just goes up and rubs the head of one of the human patients, and the human patient's sitting there eating all zombie-like and not even acknowledging that someone's rubbing his hair. And he says, I think you should contact them later. What did you want for your 3 advantages? As he says, sit and eat your food. The wastelands have been too dangerous of a place for you to be in. Obviously, you're settling from some PTSD. The nurse told me you spoke about dreams with bombs and things. That surely must be upsetting. And if you just have a nice meal, you'll feel better afterwards. Did you not have a pleasant evening's sleep?
I don't sleep.
Well, of
I can't
course,
think of
doctor,
anything.
you don't need sleep. We doctors self-medicate. It's been so long since I've slept. Not since I lost my pills.
Free advantage. I don't know. Let's see. Trying to lie. I don't know. Can't think of anything off the top and deceiving and the situation at this point that is going to help
You
us.
definitely have the feeling the deception failed. And
Oh,
things
no,
might
yeah.
be going south as soon as I tell you about the despair. Do you want to save those advantage for after I tell you about the despair?
Sure.
While they are talking, I'm with a big smile. I say, can I go to the ladies' room first?
As the doctor says, "Oh yes, custodian, please take our visitor to the ladies' room." And then he turns to look right at Seth and says, "Because you're now no longer visitors. You're now being checked in as patients. It's for your own good." And the face he's making is so serene, and he's there to help you. It's that doctor face you hate. As you get the feeling that he's not going to let you leave. As
I was
the
afraid of that.
custodian totally motions to be, "If you'd like to go to the ladies' room, come with us."
I'm assuming you guys are in the other room with us, or
Are we going to
so
split
for
up
3
the party?
advantage, this door happens to be unlocked
I can't give you that
or
for 3
or
advantage.
ajar. No.
No, it would be closed during meeting time normally. That would be more of a triumph.
Yeah, didn't hurt to ask.
Never
For
hurts to
3.
ask.
So the custodian bot believes my
Mr.
story,
Handy?
and that he sympathizes with me.
Okay, I will totally give you the
Our
Mr.
situation.
Handy who is sliding balls along the table and shaking because he's, malfunctioning. He totally believes your story. You might have a
He
sympathetic
sympathizes.
ear.
Yeah.
And of course, Parjet's the custodian is like, "I will take you to the ladies' room." And all of a sudden he has more of an Igor look now. "Ladies' room. Follow
Okay.
me."
That needs not happen.
Now, I will totally give Parjet give me a vigilance or perception. It's gonna be a
Vigilance is
difficult
big.
roll. I'm gonna warn you, because it's against his skill. You don't notice nothing. That's fine. As he says, "Let's go to the ladies' room."
Okay.
Are you going with him to the ladies' room?
Yeah,
Yes.
leave the room.
You'll be right
Okay.
back real soon.
I pull my gun, shoot the doctor, and say, "Fire torpedoes."
Wow.
At least the doc shot before I did.
Okay, so I will give you a blue because you're doing this from surprise. You don't have quick draw, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. It's short distance with the shot here, so it is a maneuver to pull your gun out of your little compartment. And, wow. I don't think the doc's got any defense. I don't think it's that good of a clipboard. Nope, no defense. Okay, go ahead and take your shot when you're ready. It's against 1 purple, and you got a blue from surprise.
Damn.
Holy crap, Mr. Bones. You're no longer a doctor, sir.
Of course I'm a doctor. It's horse medicine.
Obviously, you had a problem with his malpractice situation here. Okay, so take one strain with your super quick, amazing shot that shoots the doc for 11 points. So,
Good frickin' dice right there.
you reach out, pull out your gun, and shoot the ghoul in the chest. As he looks at his clipboard, and then he seems almost annoyed by something and looks over at his doctor name badge, and there's a bullet hole that just tore into his ghoulish undead flesh. He is not expired, but he is badly wounded. To which I would say, let's clear the initiative here. And everybody go ahead and roll vigilance.
Vigilance or cool?
Vigilance,
This would
'cause
be
we're not prepared.
vigilance because you just pulled the gun out and shot the guy without any plan.
Okay.
Which vigilance, ordinary or initiative?
Initiative. Vigilance. Okay, wow, the dice rolled completely different that time. Okay.
I have forgot where was it?
It's on the combat
weapon.
tab. As half the patients are noticing and the other, hello.
Nice.
That was what the group was looking for. Very nicely
Hooray,
rolled there. Okay, so instead of them going first, one of you gets to go first. As all of a sudden, the caretaker is taking Parjet to the ladies' room and points over to this open stalled ladies' room where he's totally gonna, watch unless you say otherwise. As he smiles at you.
Where is that ladies' room? Can you show me?
It's right here on the map.
Yeah, where you're at. Where he took you. So you want to shoot first? Or you want me to shoot? There, Doc.
Go ahead.
We continue at the ghoul. Yeah, I'm gonna pull and fire. Well,
I think that Mr. Wardley's on our side, and I'm still waiting to see if the caretaker, after hearing the gunshot, is going to come out of that room.
Yeah. All right. So, we ready?
Do you have quick draw?
I don't, so it's a maneuver. Pull in.
Okay, so no aiming. Okay.
I'll take 2 strain to aim.
Okay, you're gonna take some strain to take a second maneuver, so you're pulling your pistol out, you're taking a second to aim. The doctor looks at the bullet wound, looks at the two of you and went, "Oh my, I thought you were just visitors. I didn't know you were bandits."
We were, as I pulled the trigger, we were visitors until you refused to let us go.
For 7 points plus 3 advantage. What
Sadly,
does
not
it
enough
look
to
like
trigger.
when you gun the doctor down?
Right through his nose, or lack thereof.
His nose cavity, spraying his brains all over the wall. There's definitely some missing chunks and some other chunks that have gone bad. As he has this momentary pause as he reaches to the back of his head because it's Fallout and it's got to be slightly campy. As he reaches back and comes back with an empty, chunk of brain. Oh my.
All right, Doc.
And at that moment, patients start losing their shit. You literally see the 4 lobotomized humans there Ghouls from adjacent tables get up jumping and screaming and jump on the humans and start chewing on them.
Self-preservation.
As all kinds of chaos is breaking out, this guy totally looks at Parjet saying, "There's something wrong in the other room!" As you've heard 2 clean gunshots from your friend's guns you've heard fire before. Who's going next?
This caretaker, how was he? How is he physically built? Strong, muscular,
Physically, he's pretty muscular. Yeah, he's definitely on the brawnier side.
And he's used to wrestling patients down.
So then, who is closer to the door, me or him?
It's pretty much a tie. You know. You can. There's no attacks of opportunity. So if you want to go first and run past them through the door to get back to your friends, that could totally be a thing you do.
I'm playing shocked. Oh, what's happening? What's happening out there?
Okay, sounds like
expecting him to look out.
Okay, so go ahead and give me your deception.
Of course, as soon as he comes to the door, then I'll attack him from behind.
Nice.
Deception. Oh, it was social.
Ooh. You try to pull the damsel in distress, and he looks at you, and he puts his ear to the door where the gunshot came from, and he does not seem to buy it. He thinks you and your friends are up to something. He's now thinking he should have let that ghoul eat you guys and just put your bones in those rooms and not told the doctor.
Coulda, woulda.
Can I stick my knife into him, which I have already prepared? No?
Yeah.
Your deception was your action.
Your deception was your action and it failed. If you want to take a second maneuver for 2 strain, you could run out of the room or you could pull your knife out, because remember, drawing a weapon is a maneuver.
Is there anything that can permit me to get out of the room except the door? Some vents or some...
You can run past him. You can just run past him. In the game mechanic, there's no attack of opportunity, so you can choose to just run past him.
My question is different. Are there any other escape routes in this toilet room?
No, just the door.
Just the door. So then I run out.
There's one entrance point in this bathroom.
Then I run out.
Okay, you're gonna run back towards your friends? As he just like snarls as he runs away. He's like, "No! The doctor promised me I could keep you."
You were going to be his little pet.
So, Dr. Bones, what are you going to do?
He will do bones.
I'm going to move ahead of Parjat. And
so
I'm going to put a...
where she came from?
Yeah, and I'm not going to walk into the room, but from the hallway, I'm going to put a bullet into the caretaker.
Oh, so mean. Why you gotta switch targets like that? Okay, short distance. Are you gonna take 2 strain to aim as well?
Yes, I am.
Ooh, so you're aiming as well. And we're combating the caretaker for the first time, so I gotta... I gotta reveal some secrets. Sadly, he
Ready
can't
when you
use
are.
his other ability.
I'm guessing he's going to be more of a threat than the doc.
Okay, so the difficulty is ready. He has a talent called Adversary 1. He upgrades the
I knew it.
difficulty of attacks. Damn, but you still shoot him anyway. As all of a sudden you go blue, 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 blue in the doorway and you're like, don't mess with my friends. And you shoot
Dead-eye
him
doc.
for 7 points of damage before soak. As you basically give him like a single shot to the thigh.
Yeah, this doc gives a whole different type of shot.
Anatomical one.
As he takes the shot, doesn't like freak out, flinch, but he takes the shot. Unfortunately for him, and don't forget to take your 2 strain for 2 maneuvers. He reaches back and whips out under his jacket a weapon that immediately you recognize as a sedation gun, which is slightly less threatening to you than it would have been to your friend that ran out. He points that sedation gun at you, and he squeezes the trigger. Do you have any range defense?
Range defense. Yes, I got a range defense of 1.
Okay, so he's going to shoot you with a dart gun. And you know what? He's going to take 2 strain to aim, too. He's spending all the stuff.
Okay.
Here comes the dart gun. Would have been super cool to shoot one of your organic friends with it, but instead he's shooting the robot because the robot just shot him. Okay, so what
And
word
something's messed up
is
in the
making
dice
it
bowl.
angry? Let's see. Oh, there's a period in there. That's what I get for copy. No, there's something else. Okay, well, I'm going to erase everything. Roll that.
Oh, dang.
Even that's
that?
messed up. Okay, what's going on here? Is
Yeah.
it the name?
Something's wrong in the... So if you put bad descriptor, like in features or some of that stuff, it can mess up the dice roll.
Yeah, I didn't put anything in any of the modifiers. Let me delete the name and see if that fixes it.
Huh?
Is the character broken? Well, let me just manually make the roll. Here's the effects of his dart gun. I don't think it's going to do any damage to my robot friend here. Well, his creepy axe works. What the hell? Okay, that's just weird.
Maybe delete
Roll
that
20
weapon and re-add the
Roll
weapon.
20 has become post-apocalyptic.
So let me just manually roll his dice. It does 4 damage and a 4 crit.
Oh.
What?
So he hits you for a total of 6 points before soak with a tranquilizer dart. As the dart goes tink into your armor and squirts out its contents and does absolutely nothing to a robot.
Okay.
As he blinks and realizes he just tried to tranquilize a robot. And he shakes his fist. And that was his turn. Top of the order. Who's doing what? The poor robot here is shaking and scared because there's conflict and the robot just does not do conflict. He literally picks up a bowl of blue food and throws it against the wall out of, his own private PTSD.
So how is the doctor? Is he
Oh, he
shot and
dead.
lying on the ground or what?
You come
Huh?
around the corner and you see the doctor dead, brain against the wall. Gunshot in the chest, gunshot in his nose.
Is his badge intact?
It's hanging on his neck, yeah.
So I run to him and try to snatch the badge.
Okay, you go right over there and you pull the badge off of him, and this is the closest you've ever gotten to a ghoul. You feel like you might want to revolt, again in your stomach, but you're just like, nope, got the badge. Okay, so you run over there and you grab the badge. You can still take an action if you want. If you want to take 2 strain, you could run, grab, and
so anybody else looking potentially harmful for us at the
not
moment?
to you at the moment. The patients are all attacking each other. There's a couple ghouls beating up each other. Now that there's gunshots and screams, there's people yelling.
I sprint to the exit door and try to open it with the badge.
Okay, so take 2 strains, so that way you do the maneuver of getting the badge off of his neck, and you slap it on the door, and the door pops open. As soon as the door opens, the nurse hologram pops up and says, "Welcome, visitors. Are you enjoying your stay? I've been notified by the doctor you'll be staying in an extended period."
Negative.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll come at a moment, and I shout out to others. We need to go.
And then all of a sudden, at this table,
is the door
the door's
kind
wide
of
open.
mechanically open or with motor?
It's motorized to open.
Motorized to open.
Yep.
Then I'm looking around if there's anything nearby that I can put in to jam it from prevent from closing. Some chair or something.
There's the doctor's body if you want to put it there.
Yes, definitely.
You grab him by the shoulder and just slump him onto the floor in the doorway so it won't close.
Yeah.
And as you do that, some of the patients look your direction at the open door that they have not seen open in forever. Momentary pause as people are, reptile brains are realizing there's an open door. Who's going next?
Run, Doc.
Yep. I will make my way.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
And I will proceed into the entry.
Lobby. As the nurse is going,
Yep.
Dr. Bones, are you willing to take that application to work at our facility now?
No. It's time for us to return and start processing patients for entry.
Very well.
Please open the front doors.
As she gestures towards the front door, and you hear the click click as the door unlocks. You hear the buzz sound.
Cool. I open up that door.
If you want to take 2 strain, you could make it all the way to that door and open it.
I will take the 2 strain.
It's totally worth taking the 2 strain to get the door open.
Yep.
Okay. Last but not least, what is Seth doing?
Moving through the doorway with gun pointed back, waiting for to make it out.
This is going to be interesting. Let's see what happens.
But I'm like in the doorway, so the door's open.
As the custodian shouts, "Parjet, my love, don't leave me!" And we'll use the rest of his movement just to make sure. And Parjet, do you have any range defense?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
And here comes the caretaker with his jinky gun. As he's gonna take a shot. And thankfully, he did not get the trigger his auto-injector to auto-inject. But you were hit by a dart for 6 points of damage.
Ow.
And for those 2 advantages, I'm going to say he got you in the neck.
Am I myself to enter the amount of damage and strain?
You would do the amount of damage. So it's 6 points. Your soak is 3, so you're only taking 3 points of damage.
I see.
But there's a but. As the dart hits you in the neck and you slap it, you feel the hypo injecting you with something. Thankfully, he didn't get the 3 advantages to auto knock you out. But he's hit you with his own special concoction.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to give you a black dice to your save. Wow, that was really loud on somebody's speaker. You were injected with Sleepak. A sedative, basically. So I'm going to need you to make a resilience check against 3 purple, and he's giving you a black dice.
Right now?
Yep. Go ahead and roll your resilience.
What?
See if your body can resist the tranquilizer. Oh my god!
What?
As you make your save, rather than taking 10 strain, you take 2 strain for those 2 threat. Which is way better than taking 10 strain because you would have basically passed out. As your friends see you get hit in the neck with the dart and you turn towards them and you like pull the dart out and shake your head because you're like, nope, no recreational drug use for me. Top of the order is the guy's like, don't leave, Parjet. We can take care of the patients together. Top of the order, who's doing what?
Who wants to
I'm
go?
going to hold the door open while everybody else files out.
Okay.
I think they're totally letting
I will.
Parjet make the run for it since she's in the rear.
Yeah, she needs to catch up and out.
Do you want to go first?
Oops. Why did I
You
bounce out
exit
there?
out of roll 20. We saw you.
I don't know why. I exited. I'm out.
And done.
Which was the exit door? Remind me, please.
Where we
It's
are.
where your 2 friends are. This is the exit door. You've got the
Ah.
body blocking this one, and then you've got the exit door that Dr. Bones is holding open. So if you want to do it instead of an action, just run twice. You totally can. Especially since the guy darted you in a very unfriendly kind of way. I mean, the way he darted you and talked, you can hear the banjos. He thought you wanting to go to the ladies' room was code for something.
Of course.
Skeezy bastard. Okay, so since we are afternoon, I will say, as you guys are booking out of there, right? Everything's being dedicated to get
Yeah,
the hell
get
out
all
of
the way out
the
the door.
hospital.
Yeah.
The nurse is
Yeah.
waving and saying, "Have a great day, you all." As you see a beautiful daylight outside. The clouds are gone. There's no acid rain residue except for the occasional scorched lizard body you're seeing. He comes running here and says, "Parjet, my love!" And all of a sudden, all the patients start dogpiling him from behind, and the droid is like confused and
Oh
goes to the
shit.
corner to hide. As all the patients, including the lobotomized ones, are beating the crap out of this guy as he like pulls out his dart gun and starts shooting darts into patients. And then as soon as you guys are down, you realize that the front door is being banged upon because the AI closed the outer door as the patients had an open door because of the doctor's body, and they're beating on the door. Eventually, it may give out and they may escape, and they may make it back to the waste. But the important thing is you all are running away to get back to your mutant friend. Someone give me an athletics check as you're
Don't think
making your
that's gonna be
great
me.
escape in a montage run of going to the gate and getting through
I
the
think that
gate
would have
because you
been.
totally own that call box.
I think that would have been our buddy who's got the best athletics. I got 2 green.
Yeah, your mutant buddy would totally rock that one.
Yeah.
I have 2
Anybody?
green and one yellow, but how is my
That's
condition due to that dart?
You're
I
you're
don't
no,
know.
that
fine.
doesn't matter.
You
So
made your save. You're not tranquilized. So
okay.
okay.
So
So
you have the highest then. Okay.
Parjet takes a little more strain from the exhausted effort, but basically you know that guy is gonna want bad things if he catches up. So you grab your friends and you push them to their physical limit to get the hell off this hill as you guys are running back to where your mutant friend said, "Wait for me, I'll find shelter." As you guys have your umbrella right where you left it, you grabbed it on the way out the door because why waste an umbrella you had a triumph for? As you guys get right back to where your mutant friend was, you see him as you come around the little rise. He's sitting on a tiny rock and he's sad because he thinks his new friends abandoned him. As he totally found the path he was looking for to get you on track with the vault. He turns around and sees the 3 of you running and he just smiles and says, "New friends!" And the mutant gives you all 3 a big hug all at once. And that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Nice.
As the dog whimpering in the background is actually your mutant friend whimpering in the background. As, you know, all of a sudden you get the horror movie flashback where it shows the ghouls and the lobotomized people eating the doctor and the caretaker. And the nurse is just going, "Oh my," as poor Mr. Handy is trying to buff the blood and brains off the wall to get the place back in shape like the doctor likes it. And now the inmates run the
Nice.
asylum.
Well, that works.
Oh,
Don't go there. Oh, once we're clear, I'm making a note on the map and like no go. Crazy.
Or go there and prepare to clean the place out if that's the situation.
Yep. Yep.
unless we need that power generator.
I mean,
It's
it's a
archaic.
power generator. It's just not as good as yours. I mean,
Yeah, we're not that desperate.
Who knows?
All right. Good job. Nice save
you
on
guys
the
made
injection.
it off of the Haunted Hill Sanitarium.
First, I tend to my wound.
I mean, y'all might want to go back there. I'm just gonna say, because like, here's the 2nd floor, and then here's the 3rd floor. I mean, you could move a small army into this place.
I mean, eventually we may look at it. It's just, we know that when we go back, we have to do some clearing, not talk.
Let's just hope the doctor is dead for reals. As
Yeah,
of
we don't know
course,
nothing about what the heck that was.
as the horror movie ends with you see the doctor's hand twitch, and was it someone chewing on his brain or was it something else? Horror movie style, you never know. Maybe the
That's right.
traumatized droid will use the doctor's body as a puppet.
We're concerned about the caretaker at the moment. He seemed a little stronger, so.
He,
All right.
you have survived your night on Haunted Hill.
Yep.
And then you totally look at your mutant friends saying, where the hell were you? We could have used you.
That rain, dude. It sucked.
And I'm assuming you guys walked away with some of the stuff that you did. You've got some more stuff. I really am surprised nobody stole any med packs while you were there.
Didn't see any. You didn't say there was med packs anywhere, so.
You didn't poke around
I wanted to
more.
go get.
True.
Well, didn't get much of a chance. Things escalated.
Well, if nothing else, we think the good doctor thinks there's a stash of medical supplies back there if you go back there.
Yeah, I mean that's the big thing.
Now we tell our other mutant friend what happened there, and then I ask, listen, now that we are four of us, maybe we should return and get some supplies for our quest,
Parjet's wanting
or
payback at this
not.
point. Sure, it's you want supplies. It's really she wants to make sure that creepy guy's not out there. I'm not gonna sleep right for a week until I know that creepy guy's dead.
Right? Yeah. Wait, you took. How many points did you take, Doc? You're like
I think
bar
Doc
showing
has
full.
put the life bar in reverse.
Sorry, I read that as because I was seeing that 0 out of maximum. I thought that meant we were working off the decreasing scale as we reduce our score.
Yeah, generally you want to start at 0 and work your way up, because when you hit your threshold, you can go over. So you can go basically negative wounds, which sucks as a player when you do go negative wounds, because it's like people are healing you and you're still not on your feet.
Okay. I was trying to match it up to the character sheet.
Or the absolute worst one is when someone heals you. When you get to threshold, you take a crit. Someone heals you back, and you take like 2 points and get another crit, because some bad guy jerk shoots you one more time. But on the plus side, if Dr. Bones is interested, he thinks he could convert that sanitarium into a great place of healing if he, ever felt inclined to go back there and clean the place out.
If we go back and clean the place out, I think it would be best used as a outpost.
Yeah, it could still be a medical outpost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally has lots of room, has enough space that it can see over the hills, so it's a great observation post, and it's pretty fortified.
Yep, plenty of rooms for people. So, no, definitely marked on the map. Just yes, hazardous, must clean.
Next couple nights, you guys notice poor Parjet, when the wind blows, she hears the word Parjet, and she kind of wakes up with a shiver. Creepy bastard.
Cool.
And if our doctor wanted to knock out a medicine check now, you totally could if you want to fix up Seth and Parjet.
Yeah, definitely. How bad off are you two?
I think they're both at only 1 purple difficulty.
Yeah, I'm just down 1 wound.
Yep, and Park
Okay.
gets it down 3. So it's just a 1 purple medicine check. For every success, they get a wound back.
Right. So I'm going to start off with Seth.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Wah!
impolite.
Boom.
Dr. Bones' healing hands feel Seth with no problem. 3 successes.
And now for Park.
Wah! Only 1 point. It's a neck
Woman
wound. You're being
hater.
careful. And
He's
you
a
guys.
woman hater.
Oh. As you can
Right.
both heal up
Gotta
your
heal the guy.
strain as well as you guys gather around the campfire, and Toaster
Yeah.
totally tells you the story of what he did while he was away. And the fact that he's back on the path to get you guys to the vault.
Nice.
Because remember, he knew the way on the McDonald's map you showed him. At least that's what he's seen before. Remember when McDonald's used to do that on the placemats?
Mm-hmm. Now they're just poisoning you.
Yep.
Quarter pounders or the onion, they're not sure which.
Yeah, it's probably the onion. Usually when it comes to
Probably.
food poisoning situations like E. coli,
It's
it's the
veggies.
It's the veggies that are killing you because the meat's cooked
Yep.
just enough to not be the carrier. Of course, then
Yep.
again, there was that whole listeria scare that went out earlier too, but that's deli meat which is not cooked.
Right.
Never cut 10,000
You
different types of meat with the same saw.
you haven't eaten in Soviet kind of bistro where old meat was applied so much pepper that you don't feel it's rotten.
Nice.
I mean, that's what the old salt and peppered meat was for. Was it was so bad you had to keep seasoning it to cover up the taste.
I have had such experience in my youth.
Oof. Here, it's a rarity to find those canned meats that you're just like, wow, how much salt did you put on this meat? Because all I taste is salt. Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna head out and go see the new Venom movie because that's what today's plans.
Oh yeah. And experience?
Oh yeah, you would like some Halloween experience since you were trick or treating.
Of course.
I will have to say 20 experience.
Holy cow.
And
Yes.
since it's all about the trick or treating and you've got some good gear, you also found amongst your things. Oh my god. So you found a dose of Rataway that obviously the caretaker must have stashed away. And a stealth boy. That's
Stealth boy?
huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is a stealth boy?
It's a Pip-Boy geared towards stealthiness.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which, by the way, if you would have been wearing it, would have told you the water inside this place is radioactive. That's why it's mostly ghouls.
Oh god.
And if you would have kept pushing, you would have totally found out that the caretaker kept those memory meds from the doctor because he's better as, all messed up in the head and believes the caretaker is the caretaker, not some guy who stumbled into the place.
I was hoping to get those, but oh well. When we go back in.
You can always go back
So, yeah,
in
we'll
later
have
when
to-
you've got gear.
Yeah. We'll figure out next week where to distribute the stealth boy and
And
that.
hey, that Rataway is going to be huge.
Yeah, that'll be helpful.
I will jokingly say you can always give it to the mutant. Don't give it to the mutant, they don't need it.
No, he doesn't need that. All right, guys. See you
Okay.
Alright,
next
guys.
time.
See you then.
All right.
Later, guys.
All right.
See you.
Bye.
And I have to say, on behalf of the Creative Playing Podcast Network, Happy Halloween! Or Grim Hollow if you're in the Iron Kingdom's world. And I hope everybody out there is safe this Halloween. It is the weekend before Halloween. It's going to be on a Thursday this week. So I just hope everybody has a great time. We do have some more 13 RPGs of Halloween happening. I'm seeing if we need some more. We do need some more bodies for the online game of Fear of the Unknown on Sunday tomorrow, and the in-store over at Tucson Games and Gadgets, Fear of the Unknown. We're doing the Halloween party episode in their fanzine. So that should totally be a fun game night, as well as we have our usual games planned. So I hope you guys have a spooky, happy Halloween and safe. And make sure to have your parents check your candy, kids. Alright, guys. Thank you for listening and have a great Halloween.